One sobering statistic: 46% of veterans note a shortage in affordable housing as the primary barrier to finding a stable place to live. This week in Plymouth, a step toward doing something about that number here in our area. People gathered in Plymouth to break ground on a twin home for veterans called Valor Place.
To me, just having people that have given that service to their country and have been out there, giving them the chance to have affordable housing is so important for all of us. And I think we're all trying to make a difference in people's lives, and this will make a huge difference in two families that are out there.
Mayor Washi and others involved in the project broke ground on Valor Place on Tuesday. Valor Place will be owned and managed by the Plymouth Housing and Redevelopment Authority. The 2 rental units will be available for families who meet the income limits and other eligibility requirements.
It is an opportunity for people to come in, especially in Plymouth where the housing costs are so high. It gives them a chance to come in, get their feet under the ground, or their feet on the ground, and build up some equity, and maybe potentially move on to their own single-family house.
The twin homes are supposed to be finished by Veterans Day. Osseo Central Avenue is one step closer to receiving some significant upgrades. Earlier this week, the Osseo City Council approved a plan to improve 2 sections of Central Avenue. The plan calls for street reconstruction in front of Osseo City Hall between 4th and 5th Street. Crews would remove the bricks on the road, sidewalk, and boulevard and replace it with concrete pavement. 1 block north, crews would replace the bricks on the sidewalk and boulevard from 6th Street to 93rd Avenue with concrete pavement and make other improvements to the landscaping in that area. The estimated cost of the reconstruction is more than $404,000. The city hopes to get a grant from Hennepin County to help pay for part of the project. A Minneapolis man pleaded guilty Tuesday to a Maple Grove murder that happened last April. 45-year-old Rodney Velho from Minneapolis pleaded guilty to intentional second-degree murder and is expected to serve a sentence of 20 years in prison. In court, he admitted that he got into an argument with the father of his girlfriend's children, Kevin Logan Jr., and shot him. Logan was unarmed. Local families who rely on free or reduced school lunches and might be struggling financially are getting some help from the federal government. Earlier this month, Pandemic Electronic Benefit Transfer Cards, also known as PEBT, were sent out to Minnesota families with children.
In the last 2 months, we've sent out cards to 230,000 children, totaling about $113 million.
Students who are on free or reduced lunch during the school year and are in distance learning can use the cards to buy food that would normally be supplied at school. The cards work just like an EBT card. Money is loaded each month to buy groceries. How much money you get each month depends on what learning model your school is using.
So the amount does vary. So if you're a child and you were completely distant learning, you would receive about $130 a month. If you were in a hybrid school where maybe you were, partially in school and partially at home, the average is about $75 per month.
You can contact your school district or the Minnesota Department of Human Services if you haven't yet received your card. The program runs through June 10th. And now in today's school spotlight, Girl Scouts, who are also students at Providence Academy, were recently honored with the Silver Award. That is the second highest honor you can get as a Girl Scout. Reporter Sonia Goen shows us how the cadets are using their leadership skills to better the community.
Like it says on the box, the Girl Scouts are more than just cookies. Cadets also work on a variety of service projects. However, the cookie sales go towards funding the work.
We make 2,000 each year for cookies, and that was like what we needed for the project.
To earn the Silver Award, the Scouts had to identify issues they cared about in their community.
So these are the benches.
Troop 16201 decided to build benches to place around the fire pit in back of Providence Academy. The goal is to encourage people to communicate face to face.
We really thought that building benches would help people get together at school without a need to be on their phones because they can just enjoy each other's company.
A lot of hard work went into making the sitting space. The young ladies had to assemble the benches and paint them.
It was kind of hard. We had to make sure everything was perfectly level, perfectly straight, and it took all four of us to make sure that would happen. We had to drill holes in the paver stones in order to get them to stay in the ground.
It took longer than expected to complete the work because of the global pandemic.
So we were supposed to be done with our project around this time last year, but since we were not in school and Girl Scouts kind of suspended all of their operations, we were not able to continue with the project.
Now the community and Providence Academy students can enjoy the outdoor living space.
We're really proud of this project. It has been a long process for us, but we are really happy that we followed through with it and ended up making something that our whole community can use.
In Plymouth, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
This weekend, North Hennepin Community College is hosting a virtual festival to satisfy people's craving for the arts while spreading an important message about equity. The inaugural Stages of Equity Festival will be a 3-day virtual event that will showcase art, performances, and discussions featuring artists of color. Some of the content will be pre-recorded, but there are live events happening each day that will involve important and difficult conversations about race and equity.
The need for this dialogue is not any more needed now, but it's just magnified. And I think it's not important. I think it's critical.
The event begins on Friday, April 30th, and it runs until May 2nd. The cost is all free, and you can find more information on stagesofequity.org. And we'll send you to break with these pretty flowers from Golden Valley. A Golden Valley man planted hundreds of bulbs last fall, and now the entire neighborhood is reaping the rewards. We'll have more on this story on ccxmedia.org in the coming days.
Our 2021 CCX All-Area Girls Basketball team starts with Miss Basketball winner number 25, Adalia McKenzie of Park Center. She can play any position on the court, and as a senior, McKenzie averaged 28 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. With 2,573 points, she is the all-time leading scorer in Pirates history. McKenzie will play at Illinois next year. Hopkins Junior number 34, Maya Najee, won Star Tribune Metro Player of the Year honors. Najee led the Royals in scoring at 19 points per game and also averaged 8 rebounds. The All-State forward is considered Minnesota's top recruit in the class of 2022. Najee's teammate, number 20, Taylor Woodson, is also an elite talent. The sophomore led the Royals in rebounding and was second in both scoring and blocked shots. Sophomore Woodson averaged 16 points and 9 rebounds a game. Wayzata's number 22, Jenna Johnson, came off a serious knee injury last year and put together a great senior year. She averaged over 21 points and 7 rebounds a game and became the program's all-time leading scorer. The All-State forward will play next year at the University of Utah. Number 13, Maya Fitzpatrick of Champlain Park was the Rebels' team most valuable player in 2021. The 6-foot senior forward averaged nearly 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 steals per game. He's a 2-time All-Northwest Suburban Conference player. Armstrong's number 52, Savannah McGowan, averaged a double-double this season at 19 points and 10 rebounds a game. Still only a sophomore, McGowan has moved into 5th place on the Falcons' all-time rebounding list. Cooper's number 21, Mimi Wheeler, was a force at both ends of the court for the Hawks. Senior Wheeler averaged 18 points and 13 rebounds per game and was an All-Metro West Conference player. Providence Academy sophomore number 41, Grace Counts, makes our team for the first time. Counts averaged over 14 points and 11 rebounds per game and helped the Lions to a state runner-up finish in Class 2A. Now to a terrific collection of talent in the backcourt. Wayzata's number 10, Mara Braun, was all-conference, all-metro, and all-state in her junior year. The University of Minnesota commit averaged 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 steals a game.
And Braun will get another layup.
Maple Grove's number 12, Kylie Baronic, was the glue for the Crimson this season. A good outside shooter, the senior point guard averaged nearly 11 points and 5 assists per game. Baronic was all-conference and all-state honorable mention. Number 14, Kennedy Click of Maple Grove, matched Baronic in total points to co-lead the Crimson in scoring. She also averaged 4 assists per game and was an All-Northwest Suburban Conference selection. Number 30, Madden Greenway, burst onto the scene as a 7th grader at Providence Academy and was an immediate impact player. Greenway averaged 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5.5 assists, and 3.5 steals per game for the 22-2 Lions. Another young player, Breck 8th grader number 30, Kendall McGee, makes our squad. McGee was the Mustangs' team MVP after averaging 19.4 points and nearly 7 rebounds a game and earning all-conference honors in the IMAC. Heritage Christian Academy's number 10, Taylor Shuck, was a first-team All-State player in Class 1A, capping a great 4-year career. Shuck averaged 22 points, 6 rebounds, and over 5 assists per game, and also played in the Coaches Association All-Star Game. Cooper's number 1, Andrea Tribble, finished a good career with the Hawks as the team's second leading scorer during her senior season. Tribble averaged 15 points per game. Hopkins number 5, Amaya Battle, is the second-team All-Metro player this season. The junior guard averaged 13 points, 5 assists, and 7 rebounds per game for a Hopkins team that reached the state Class 4A semifinals. Patino Grace's number 11, Hannah Herzig, led the Eagles in scoring. The junior averaged nearly 18 points and 5 steals per game, made 44% of her field goals, and was all Northwest Suburban Conference. Osseo's number 1, Alea Wilson, was a bright spot for the Orioles. The all-Northwest Suburban Conference guard averaged 18.3 points and over 2 steals per game. And there it is, the 2021 CCX girls basketball team. To view the honorable mention selections, go to the website version of the story at ccxmedia.org. John Jacobson, CCX Sports.